Hello guys. You are on the channel Alice Reddit Stories. Enjoy watching. My dumb lesbian feelings are ruining my friendship. 27F. My roommate and best friend is 32F. I live with her and her 8-year-old son. We've been friends for about 2 years, and living together for about 6 months. We love living together, and all is going well. But that's the problem, it's going too well, and I think I'm falling in love with her. I know this is long, but I really need advice. We've always had a bit of an unusual relationship. We kept bumping into each other at work events, and eventually one of those times we got drunk and slept together. We kind of laughed it off and agreed to be friends. Shortly after, she got back with her girlfriend, and has been in a turbulent LDR for most of the time I've known her. As friends, we became inseparable, with me often staying at her house for days on end. Nothing shady ever happened. I've always pushed her to work on her relationship when they've hit rough patches, and we've openly discussed the fact that I'm not willing to date her due to certain incompatibilities in our lifestyles and values. There were a couple of moments where I wondered if maybe she had feelings for me. She told me that her family would make comments that the two of us should be together, and she's often referred to me as her soulmate. We're always mistaken for a couple in public, which doesn't happen to me when I hang out 1:1 with my other friends. Whenever she was struggling, I was always her first call, not her GF. And she's always said that I understand her and accept her when her partner doesn't. There have been a couple of nights where we've also had slightly romantic moments, such as her reading me poetry, or a night where she asked me to come over to watch the snow fall from her porch around midnight. There was even one night where she got really drunk and tried to kiss me and told me she loved me. I know this might sound naive, but I really never read into any of it. We're both insatiable flirts, and I tell my friends I love them all the time, so I just always dismissed it as that. Sure, we're closer than other friends, but sometimes that just happens, right? Anyway, if anything, I thought moving in together might be a strain on our relationship, but it's brought us even closer together. I love her son to pieces, and he's always really excited when we spend time together. We all make meals together, clean together, go out together, talk for hours on end. She started making comments about how she can't imagine us living apart, and I'm feeling the same way. I've now started finding myself feeling jealous when her GF comes into town when I never did before. Suddenly, it feels like she's intruding on our life together, even though it's really the other way around. I have 6 more months on this lease. Everything feels precarious. I don't want to lose my housing stability or my best friend, but I also feel like I'm living a lie and maybe verging on emotional infidelity. I would never let anything happen between the two of us while she's in a relationship, but the dynamic just feels different. Update 27F. Best friend is 32F. A while back I wrote about how I moved in with my BFF and developed feelings. Everyone and their mother thought the feelings were mutual. Well, everyone and her mother, at least, LOL. Things have gone south, and I'm absolutely heartsick about it. Please tell me what I can do. Without getting into the details of it, I came clean and confessed my feelings about 3 weeks ago. I emphasized that our friendship has never been a consolation prize, that I love our friendship, that I would move out if she needed that. She was very kind and understanding in the moment, though she said she didn't reciprocate. She still hung up on her the one that got away, and though she didn't mention this, I know I'm not her typical type aesthetically. The next few days felt underpinned by this permeating sadness between the two of us, but otherwise we're fine. I began to develop some anxiety that she was pulling away from me and began to get anxious and a little clingy, my feelings getting hurt when she would go out with friends and I wouldn't receive an invite. It never quite became a full-blown disagreement or conflict of any sort, but you could tell things were a little tense. Some days were perfectly fine and normal, some weren't. Anyway, I ended up having a full-on panic attack the Saturday before last, fueled by an anxiety that she hated me and being triggered by the fact that one of the people in the group she was hanging out with SA'd me about a month ago. That's a longer story. I apologized immediately after, and then explained the next day that I was having a bit of a PTSD response to her hanging out with that particular person and have been struggling with anxiety about the situation. She seemed understanding. We were chatting and making jokes throughout the day. Monday rolls around and she stops talking to me completely. Won't even look at me. Doesn't respond to my texts. I get the hint, apologize again, and tell her I'll respect that she needs space. Well, my anxiety got the best of me by Thursday. I sent her a text asking if she'd be willing to sit down and discuss things, no response. I knocked on her door, politely, and she screamed at me to go away. She's never yelled at me before. I burst into tears and said I just want to know why I'm losing my best friend. I'm sorry I've been an anxious mess. Please just tell me what I did wrong. She told me she didn't owe me anything, including an explanation. I begged her to just tell me why, told her that I wouldn't argue with her about the reason, that I just needed to know. I sent her another text saying I was hurt and confused but would go back to respecting her need for space. We haven't talked. She won't even look me in the eyes. I've been crying at work and falling apart when I get home. I could handle her not feeling the same way, but I can't handle losing my best friend. And the thing that's killing me is that I don't even understand why. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There are many interesting stories ahead of you.